John Clare once said, "I am, yet what I am none cares or knows. My friends forsake me like a memory lost. I am the self-consumer of my woes. They rise and vanish in oblivious host, like shadows in love's frenzied stifled throes, and yet I am and live." Today, I will be discussing the topic of self-concept and the effect that a negative view of oneself can have on a person. This topic is seemingly taboo, yet I believe that every person who has struggled with body image, strained relationships, or even a thought pattern of cyclical negativity can directly learn something from this presentation. My personal journey with my self-esteem is a difficult one to talk about. I was one of many young girls who felt out of place in their own skin, up until quite recently. My connection to this topic is exactly why I believe that sharing the information I've learned about how to improve on these problems is so important. Today I'm going to be discussing negative portrayal of self-image, particularly in young women, negative trains of thoughts and how to break the cycle, and the harmony that comes with the acceptance of one's true self. My first point is that the younger generations are notoriously portrayed in media to be negative. These negative views about themselves, negative views about their body and their status, is often talked about. In the article Shyness and Self-Esteem in Women, Eugenia Mandel states this claim exactly. But why do the younger generations, especially the younger women, experience this? Mandel would have it equate to this: the need for approval. Sometimes the approval of other people and the people surrounding you can cause a person to seek out that affirmation, when in turn then causes a dissonance of self. Another way to recognize an issue with self-image is to look at the way a person fosters relationships. If a person is reserved, it can equate to a low view of self. A bolder person might also have this issue, however, it's been found that the more extroversion, the simpler a case regarding self-esteem. So why does approval mean so much, and how can a person go about exonerating the need for said approval? We'll talk about that next. The negative trains of thought, their impact and how to cure yourself of a cycle of abuse to yourself. Negative energy is cited to be a strain on your body. When going on about your day, people with a negative self-concept will be enveloped in a negative thought process that insists cyclically. This would also mean that the same thing can be said for positivity. So, to break this cycle, it's important to give yourself the room to grow and change. In order to disregard the negative, you have to enshroud yourself in the positive. Instead of worrying about the way you look, it's important to affirm the opposite. Once a person begins down the path to change, the road begins to look less and less intimidating. This mindset can be your saving grace when it comes to affirming positivity. So, how does a positive view of yourself or self-concept actually help you? It all begins with this: a positive image of yourself will bleed out into your day and stain everything around you a shade of happy. Statistics show that a happy person is almost undefinable but easy to spot. While beginning down your path to personal salvation, you will begin to pick up on the energy around you. It's easy to allow yourself to fall into a cycle of self-abuse. And once the decision is made, change comes. Constant affirmation of the positive, completely separated from the negative reality one might be in, is unshakable once fully learned. Removing yourself from the negativity and instead embracing the opposite is exactly how one can come to love their life. A smile and a sense of knowing will do wonders to your self-esteem. So how does someone currently caught in the cycle of abuse overcome? Persistence is the key to self-love. And after learning of the trials and tribulations of the youth and concluding that cyclical and repetitive negativity is your own brain training you for failure, it becomes easier to accept the harmony of truly letting go of standards of beauty. This allows one to fully lean into the idea that a positive self-image is attainable and is right within reach. John Clare finishes his poem, "I Am," with this: "I long for scenes where man hath never trod, a place where women never smiled or wept, there to abide with my Creator God, and sleep as I in childhood sweetly slept, untroubling and untroubled where I lie, the grass below, above the vaulted sky." I'd like to thank the audience for listening. I hope that I have shown a little bit of a light on the topic of self-worth through this speech, and remember, always choose yourself, because you are the prize. Thank you.